Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tales of Elordial, A Wound in the Wind. We are Myth and Mischief.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
First time.
You came in too early.
First time.
You need to
First time, yeah, it is.
First woo.
It's his first intro.
Welcome the newest...
You came in too early.
Yeah.
Devon, stop coming to
Let's
it.
stop it.
Yeah, welcome the newest member, Devon. If you don't know why he's here, then watch the
Neither
last
do I.
episode. Yeah, we kidnapped him.
You get the picture. Just watch everything we've done.
Yeah, it would be pretty confusing, even with the recap, if you don't. So, I guess we can just crack on right into it. In the small village of 10 Trees on the Calgary Peninsula, in the nation of Eteria, our... whatever you are, came together for different reasons. All came together for their own reasons. An actor, protector.
Sounds cool.
I don't know what you said.
I said defender.
A defender, all right. An actor, a protector, a defender, a sneaker,
One day I'll be a swashbuckler.
an outsider, an outsider,
And a second outsider.
and a rock. Yeah. And the Rock, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Dude, he's here.
And whatever it is that you turn out to be. We're here when the song shattered the sky.
The song that split the skies.
The god Airtool of the Wind swept in to protect the world from whatever this cataclysm was, holding on and crying in pain as all of you fled to the fort, helping, protecting what little remained of the village that some of you had spent your entire lives in, while others only visited. You worked to gather what you needed to protect this village, to help everyone survive, and finally found yourselves at a mill on the south end of town, run by the Molins, seemingly the source of all of this. 3 children and a mother, frantic, desperately trying to do something, conjuring magic to their fingers, while a creature sat at the heart of all of this, trapped in glass. As it all came to a head, Knives, eyes black, went into a fury and took down this creature in a fury of their own. With no memory of the events that happened, we will jump back in to the top of this shattered mill under a shattered sky. To shattered people.
To a mound of crystals on the wall.
As Ethel slumps down to the floor before you, and Knives comes out of this rage.
Knives. That was really scary. Hi.
Swords drop to the ground. And he backs up. Just sort of slumps against the wall. What happened?
Everything is okay now.
What happened?
We'll explain soon. Just breathe.
Sits down.
Okay.
Sarah runs, breaking free of these restraints as they fade, runs to Ethel's side, goes, "No, no, Mum!" Rushes up, pushing into you, not like attacking, just like fists on your chest. You've killed her. And just like crying and beating into your chest.
She's breathing. Relax. Like,
Yeah.
it was not.
Yeah. Make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, that one.
She keeps beating, and you just say it again and again until your voice raised. She just slumps down against the wall next to you, crying. As Sally, Jules is still tied up in the house, also comes running up the stairs. And up the ladder, rather. Knives slumped against the wall.
I'm going to stand over this creature. First, I want to try to do some form of investigation as to what I'm looking at.
Sure. Make an Arcana check for me.
Don't hurt it.
One day I'll remember to have my stats out. Arcana 21.
You don't know. You have never seen its like. But it is clearly formed of the same crystals that fell from the sky that even now ring the edge of that tear. And as you look out now, you two simultaneously realize something. You no longer feel that pulse. That and the tear that was still slowly creeping ever wider has stilled.
I think they had somehow got this creature and made it do something, and
We can't have it reacting on emotion again. I'm going to pull the chain that I got from that door out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Are there any like beams
Oh,
in this thing that I can just like wrap his hands
this
to?
room is absolutely full of iron pipes, which you could quite easily pull off the wall. As you look around the room now, taking in a moment, you see a room that does not belong here. Machinery, gears, magic engines of a kind you've never seen. None of you have ever seen the level of arcane and technological knowledge needed to create this room. There's plenty of pipes around, looking like the pipes of some kind of organ.
Okay. The way that he was casting his spells, did he seem like he was casting in a manner similar to how people of our world would? Like, he
With your
requires
21
his
Arcana?
hands free and shit like that?
Techniques.
Like, do I feel like if I lock his hands to something, he's not going to be a danger?
Technique-wise, yes. Yes. Some of the abilities you can't know for sure, but definitely you saw him cast plenty of spells. Most of them still required somatic, verbal material, or some combination thereof. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll add as well while you're like getting a good looky. Face is still just like
Yeah.
completely still. Looks like it's still looking at you. But as you look inside, there's like what looks like a purple smoke just sort of moving all inside of like little twinkles, what looks like a galaxy inside his head.
Sick. That's awesome. Felix pretends that he's not excited. Can I do a medicine check to understand how his anatomy actually works? Like, is there some flexibility to the way that they move? Or is it like the shifting of stone?
Sure. I'm gonna say this is. Oh, yeah. Make a medicine check. Go for it. What's
Intelligence?
everyone? Yeah.
Be straight intelligence, so 16.
16. You really don't know.
Like,
You
even
don't.
if I like literally, when I'm putting him together, like move his arms to check.
Moves like a person, you see no joints. Like you definitely don't see like tendons and things moving. It is more like rearranging of the body.
Right.
But it feels fluid.
Yeah, it feels as fluid as a human would, but it is more like it is fundamentally altering its shape whenever it moves.
Felix, don't tie him up. You saw how he reacted to being caged last time. We should win him over instead.
Anielloa. What can you feel from him?
When I came up in here, it was the lady, and he was in a giant glass container trapped, and he was so angry at being in there. And then I tried to talk to him through the glass, and we touched hands, and it was just so peaceful and calm and friendly and nice. And then she attacked him, and then he just got, it's just, I think a lot, but I think he's actually nice. I think everything has maybe come from him. I think he's been trapped here for a long time and made to do everything. The pulsing has stopped. There's nothing coming in at me anymore.
I'm going to see if I believe you.
Roll a die, just so you know if you're not.
12.
Because I think you're telling the truth, right? Yeah. I'm going to say with the 12, you probably get sincerity there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you like touching him now, or are you just like?
Yeah, I've crept over and like I'm there.
Cool. Right, you like physically touching?
Probably, yeah, because I don't want you to restrain him. I want everyone to sort of stay away.
Cool.
Juniper, you should get those two out of here.
While you were answering Juniper's question.
Jupiter. Whoa. What an
Juniper's
upgrade.
question. You stop mid-sentence
Oh, I stopped
because
mid
you're
sentence.
overwhelmed with just calmness as you hear this like beautiful cacophony of like what sounds like voices, but it's otherworldly.
Cool.
Singing in an impossible harmony.
Oh, that goes well in my books.
Felix is like, get more.
I feel, as dumb as it sounds, Felix does pull out a leather-bound journal and begins writing silently.
I feel like
I won't focus if I do that.
I.
Maybe so.
Sally, who is in the room, and Sarah's just slumped there crying. Sally speaks up and goes, I don't... Mum wouldn't let any of us see them. See it. They were just... I don't know what she was doing or where she got this idea, but she's... You're right. She trapped them in here, and we're all so scared of it.
Maybe you're right, but we can't have it reacting on emotion again, because regardless of everything you say, it would not listen to reason. This is clearly a very emotional creature. If you are really insistent on not having it bound, which I do not recommend, then we can't have any of these women in this room.
This woman that is passed out, right?
I'm also not prepared to let them leave.
There's something in her.
What?
She cast a spell on me, not using her voice, but something else. I tried to cast the same spell on her, and it didn't work. And it should have worked.
You can make an Arcana check again if you want. You did fail last time, so I'm going to say this is a higher DC, but
You ever
Oh, yeah, I
heard
did.
of anything
Nah,
like that?
20. Nah, 20. Fuck.
Yeah, nah.
I
That's just
definitely
a,
haven't.
that's a 10.
You only know that it should have worked.
You okay?
Someone flying in front of me.
It was my life.
Interpretive.
It was your life flashing before your eyes.
She's just playing with her sailor blue. Yeah. Oh, what?
What?
I don't want to call you Juniper anymore.
Jupiter, yeah, man.
Jupiter. Yeah, you
Sailor.
upgraded her to a god.
Sailor Jupiter.
I think there's a lot of room for a lot of questions for both of these people, and I do not think they should be simultaneous.
Please don't hurt my mum.
I don't intend to, but we need answers.
She hurt me a lot. I don't think it's your mum in there anymore. Something's happened to her.
Perhaps.
What
Maybe.
was she even doing up here? What is all this?
At this point, Sarah, against the wall, looks at you. Conjures the magic to her fingers. She said it would give us a better life.
How is this better? Than what?
When Mum was young, Sarah stands up from the wall. She discovered that she was magically gifted. Nothing amazing, just a few little sorceries here and there. She could touch the flow and guide it just a little. She wanted to learn. So she sent letters everywhere, all around the Bight. Her parents didn't want her to, but she did. Letter after letter after letter, in the hopes that somewhere one of the academies would accept her. But if there's one thing that makes it hard to get an education, it's not having the coin for it. She was some poor miller's daughter in a little village no one cared about. Juniper, as you're hearing this story, you know parts of this. It was fairly kept hush-hush, but this is absolutely the sort of thing that you'd have been aware of back then when Ethel was a girl.
Okay.
Particularly this next part. Sarah continues to speak. Eventually, she gave up on the letters and decided to go in person. She found a way to the docks at Kostroka, snuck on board a ship, and sailed all the way to Var. She trekked through the deserts. She was gone for months. Showed up on the doors of the Academy admissions and was turned away. She was too poor, too not powerful, with nothing to her name, not a coin left, spent entirely on the journey. She walked back here. Then she settled into her life, had us, and then sparks on her fingers. We all started showing this. She didn't want us to have the same. She said she'd make it better. Don't know where she got the idea for this from. She wouldn't tell us anything other than that she'd found a way to make it better.
Sounds like she made a deal.
Felix kind of stares out at this big tear in the sky for a little while. And he's going to turn around and say, I don't think this creature is going to take too kindly to you. Maybe you and I deal with this problem. The two of you deal with this. He seems to be civil with you, at least. I think you'll have better odds than we will.
Aye.
Alright. So, you two are going to talk to Ethel?
Take her to probably the first floor.
Okay.
Or should we take her into the house?
The house. We need to take the whole family in the house.
And then are you two going to talk to...
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I'll wake him up.
Sarah and
Well,
Sally
Maybe.
leave the room and go with you two.
Should we perhaps take them to the fort and
I'm
take
not-
the others
I'm
waiting?
not going anywhere till I know my mum's okay.
She'll be coming.
And we'll go together.
Yes, the whole family. We will take you to the fort where Burrow can decide what happens.
They follow along in silence, but Sarah is casting eyes at you. All right. Up the top, at the top of the mill, there's a brief moment of struggle as you try to think about how on earth to wake this creature up.
Idea?
Doth thou cure wounds?
I could do cure wind.
It when you did that on the crystal, it helped. It
It
seemed
did
to
help.
like it. So maybe if you do it on this crystal man, it might like it.
We're
Give
gonna
it a
cure wind.
Roll your cure wounds.
It's made of crystal.
Inspired by check.
Hey.
Inspired by check.
6.
6. You regain 6 hit points.
the
As
ultimate
the
program.
light flows from you, and you return to consciousness.
Like
It looks the exact same. Like,
Just
it's just staring up.
Your eyes are.
Eyes are just like they're like statue
They're nothing.
eyes. Like they're
There's
not.
nothing.
They're
There's
not
no
actual
eyeballs.
like eyeballs or pupils.
Like
Does
kneeling
something
next to
change
you.
with the, like the
I'm like,
smoky haze inside you?
Yeah,
Or-
you have no.
It's still just
Okay.
moving.
Have you returned to it?
Hey, are you awake?
Yes.
Need a filter.
I want you to know
Yeah.
that you're safe now.
Do you plan on trapping us again?
Never.
We just want to know what's happened. We've taken the woman away, and she's not going to hurt you anymore.
Sigh, but it doesn't breathe.
Mentally sighs.
See your like shoulders sort of drop a bit more.
Yeah.
And relaxes.
How long have you been in here?
We have no idea. We remember being bigger. More voices. Then a loud scrape. Screech and cracks. Glimpses through the glass of horned figures.
Horns like me, like knives, like the other
Is
one.
that the red one?
Yes.
I will say, it's very hard to differentiate the horns. Like, it feels more like knives, but it's also not accurate to either. It's just horns.
And one thing you also both notice as well, it's talking. Its mouth doesn't move. It's just talking.
Just
I
a
need a
statue.
filter.
Just sound coming out.
Yep.
I like to think he sounds like the Hatter.
Was she making you do something?
She chopped away at us. Took parts.
And that's what these machines have done?
We're not sure.
Where did you come from? You say we, like there is a bigger one of you?
Yes. We are part of the unity.
The unity. From universe?
We don't know where we're from. We're a part of more. Now we are little.
Still pretty big.
He is 6'3".
It's pretty. I mean, it's tall. The unity, hey? Never heard of it. Do you know what?
I have also not heard of it.
Gee, I mean, this isn't my town, so I don't know what I'm doing right now. How would everyone react if we brought him home?
Do you know what it is like outside of the mill?
We have glimpses of another place. But eons difference.
Do you feel the crystals in this area though?
Here, where there is a 100+ foot radius of nothing but powder.
Me powder.
No, you don't.
Is it still nighttime?
It's like 3 in the morning.
Be capping off this game at sunrise.
Do you have dark vision?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's dark in here.
You got my pebble.
Isn't this room
No,
probably
I'm
lit
all-
up as well? It's probably torches.
I more wanted to show
There absolutely would
Yeah.
be lights up here
show
now.
them like the crystals that are around.
Oh. No, I gave that back to you, didn't I? The little... No, I turned to powder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did, but it turned to powder.
Yeah. Your hair still lights up, but it's only a 40-foot radius.
Yes, that's no good. While you've been trapped in this room, just outside of here, the land is covered in crystals that look just like you. Large crystals that have done a lot of damage.
They fell from the sky.
Devon. There's one memory, very recent, that sticks out. You remember the harmony, the unity, the song. You remember the silence that came after. And you remember the sick dissonance that came recently, shuddered through your body like some kind of disease. Echoed all around everything. It was anathema to you. Wrong. If you had not been as strong as you were, you think it would have turned you to dust. This was within hours.
Just recite that back.
That must have been when everything turned to shit.
You say there's others like me everywhere,
No.
like us.
There's certainly crystals that look like your skin, but not ones that can speak or move in the same way.
They're just hunks of crystal rock.
Hey, that's my family you're talking.
She
She
said
did
all
say the
hunks.
hunks.
Nice.
I want to go to the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And all it, even like you, because your two, I'm guessing, are just sort of leaving and walking off at this point. So still probably within earshot.
Spent that conversation.
Yeah, probably not.
My plan was to.
We had to go to the house,
We
free
should.
him.
No, but I would
So
have killed
you're
you
going
when
to
they
the
were
window
still
to make noise of some kind? Okay, we'll cut to you guys for a bit then, because you're going to hear it. So,
I think we should take the family to.
oh, sorry, actually, what do you say?
It's not words, it's just vibrations and humming. That's all you get. But does anything answer back?
No. You were met by silence. We'll jump to you guys in the house.
We should take the family back to the fort while they're dealing with whatever that was. We should take the cart with the food too. Just make sure everyone gets back safe.
How far is the fort?
It's
Oh,
hungry.
It hungers.
Probably about 20 minutes-ish up the road. A bit less.
I think we should get these people
10
as
minutes
far
up the
away
road?
from that thing as we can.
If we take these people anywhere else, whoever we are taking them to will begin their own investigation. It might hinder any of ours. I would suggest we do this here first. Take them in with the rest of the group.
I'm going to suggest we speak just a touch louder.
Do they-
Everyone's really
This is
quiet.
hard.
I know.
Not
Everyone.
need to be met with justice.
They definitely do. But I would rather answers first.
I'm assuming you're not saying this in front of all of them?
No. Sort of left them
Yeah.
in there, like the bad ones tied up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or should we check in with them before we leave?
How badly messed up is Ethel?
Badly. You're knocked her unconscious, so she'd be on 0.
I don't have any strength in me to wake her up anyway. I guess we watch them until they're done. But I don't think we should leave without them. Because we're going to be met by who knows who. And whatever scrutiny. And we might not be able to ask questions of ourselves. I think we need to approach this as a good unit. But I don't like a lot of this. And I don't know what to make of it.
What happened?
What do you mean?
I have no recollection. I was standing in front of it trying to get it to stop attacking Ethel. And all of a sudden there was a burst of dust in front of my face, and then the next thing I know I'm standing above its unconscious body.
This is new for you, this experience.
It's only happened once before. I don't want to relive that again.
Is there anything I would know about people going into states like that?
Let's
From what I know about.
roll some kind of intelligence check or medicine.
Do I know anyone who's experienced a thing like that?
Do I know anyone who's angry?
You know what I mean? It's a natural one, so no.
No.
Everyone's always happy.
Yeah, no one has ever been angry.
Yeah, I'm the only
Rage
person that's
doesn't
ever
exist.
done this.
Rage is just not a thing.
I'm the first rager.
Yeah. The first barbarian. Took a few generations, but
Yeah.
well, if your current manner is any indication, you appear to have lost yourself. What looked like a quite nasty fit of rage. I would very much hope that that's not a common occurrence for you. Don't know how to describe it. In some ways, it was very impressive. In other ways, rather worrying.
It rather worries me.
Likewise. Might be worth keeping in check. What do you want to do?
You're right, we should go as a team.
Felix looks up at the sky again and just kind of stares and begins writing again.
What are your thoughts on Anielloa?
Felix keeps writing and flipping through pages. Troublesome. But she's hard to get a read on. I want to understand, but there appear to be far more questions than answers. It's hard to get a read on any of them, really. But she's so otherworldly.
Aye.
What is normal for us is obviously quite abstract for her.
Do you think we can trust her?
I'm still putting that one together.
I don't believe what happened earlier tonight was an accident. But she seems to have not gone against what we've asked since.
Suppose the only thing to do is to watch and see.
I was thinking, like, what did I do?
I killed my original character.
The only thing
Allegedly.
to do is to watch and see how things unfold, especially with what new information we have. I don't know what her intentions are, I don't know why she's here, and I don't understand her nature because it is not of this world. But it appears we're stuck with each other for a little while longer. Only time will tell with all of them.
I'll keep my eye on her.
See that you do. I'll do the same.
Seems a bit hypocritical coming from me now.
Everyone has secrets. Everyone has flaws. It'd be hypocritical to not ever look into anyone, but you do what you have to do.
Do tell, what are your secrets?
We're not there yet.
This sound echoes out into your heads like a mournful cry, like a song, a sad song, or describe what I hear.
Make the sound.
It's somewhat awful, but it's unfinished. Like it was meant to be a call and response with no response.
Ethel still sits where you tied her up. Sarah accepted her hands being bound. Sally and Jules is also still bound from before. Sally is the only one I'd assume you'd leave unbound because she was on your side the whole time. And she just watches them as they sit there. If there was anything you wanted to talk to, any questions you wanted to ask any of them before giving them over to whatever authority they are, when you will potentially lose that chance, this may be your only chance.
Yeah, Felix kind of just watches her as she comes to for a second. Has everyone joined us, or we're just still with her privately?
Still with her privately.
Yeah. Let's start with the most simplest details.
Are you doing this with the kids in the room too? Yep.
Why did you attack us?
I've got nothing to say to you that will help. Why would I answer any of your questions? You're just going to take me back to Lord Burrow, and then all of my family will suffer for this.
I don't know. We've been sent here on very specific tasks to fix this problem. Whilst we certainly haven't fixed it, it appears that we've made some progress. Our word holds a lot of sway. And I think understanding this better is going to help your case so much more. And the case of your family.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Can I
There is no reason why.
maybe make an intimidation instead?
Yeah.
There is no reason why your children need to suffer
I don't think
the
I have.
consequences of your actions.
I will give you advantage based on that.
Helping.
Not better, but thank you. Intimidation, that is a 23.
She looks at you both and goes, my family had nothing to do with it. Get them out of this room. I'll tell you what I can. Just... And they're like, wait, what, Mum? No, listen to me. You go and stand outside. I'll be with you shortly, all right? Mum? Just do it. And Sally, the youngest, actually grabs the other two and leads them away.
If you all promise to behave, we will unbind you.
They nod. Got an insight check?
Yep.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
17.
You've beaten them. They're not going anywhere.
And
They're not
I'll
going to try and fight while their mum's in here bound.
unbind them and point them upstairs to their rooms.
Go to your room.
Go to your room.
Daddy Knives returns. They do. They go upstairs and they sit there, as far as you know. Ethel, I want you to promise me something. My family will not suffer for this. I'll go to prison. Put me wherever they put me. Just don't let my family suffer for this.
We'll do our very best.
No.
As long as you are completely honest with us.
I want to promise.
Do you trust in Lord Burrow?
Yes, absolutely.
Then you can trust in us.
That's still not a promise.
We cannot promise on behalf of Lord Burrow. But if you trust him to make the right decision.
I'm not asking for the right decision. I'm asking you to save my family. I don't care what the right decision is. I don't care what you have to do to do it. I'll tell you everything, as long as no one else suffers for this.
I don't particularly care what Lord Burrow does and doesn't know about these children. It's entirely possible they fled. It's your call.
Well, as I said, I don't believe they had anything to do with this. It was a mother's selfish decision.
Twist the knife.
Everything I did for them. But if they're looked after, I will tell you. She recounts the story that Sarah has already told you. She adds some details of basically having to work as a servant on board this ship in order to pay her way across, of like a grueling journey back from Var, where she's just walking for days, sometimes without food or water, living by trying to find an inn that will take her on as some kind of hand for a few days so that she can buy food for the next leg of the journey. But then you come to the part you haven't heard before. About 6 or so months ago, Sally showed the first signs of magic. It was all of my kids, all of them. I've been trapped in this life, just living here, working this mill my whole life. Jules is a good man, but he's just that. I wanted more. I wanted more for me, I wanted more for my kids. A traveling wizard came through the village from the Arcanum. He examined them, said they weren't powerful enough. They didn't have enough flowing through them. They didn't have enough command of the flow. That they'd never be accepted anywhere. And then he left. I chased him. I followed him. He just walked away. I was alone out in the woods. I went to the circle, the trees, to pray for some kind of help, maybe the gods. And for the first time in my life, something answered. I never saw their face. It was shrouded in shadow. But devilish. It told me it could give me everything I wanted. It could give me and my children the power that we would need, that they could leave, they could have a better life, that they would get the life that they need, they would get to learn to escape this small, claustrophobic little place. But all I had to do was this one, maybe not so little thing. It gave me the plans to build something that it said would give them magic. I scraped together all of my savings. We sold off a large part of the grain. Don't tell Juniper or Uro that, but it was village grain. I sold it. I went and took out a loan down in Fort Howell. And I found the parts I needed. Contacted someone in Var. Don't know who exactly. I might need to check my notes very quickly. I contacted someone in Var. They never gave me their name. I just was put in contact with them by the voice. And things started to show up. Crystals, designs, magical implements. I didn't know how any of it worked. I just followed the instructions and I put it together. I didn't think any of this would happen. I had no idea. I didn't want any of this. And it did. It worked. Sarah and I are certainly powerful. Sally, in particular, has she's really gotten a great grasp of quite a few things.
And what a better life you've left for them. Looking out at the giant tear in the sky. Seems you got everything you wanted.
I'm sorry. And she just starts crying.
I can sympathize with having nothing. I can sympathize with being turned away. But not with this.
Where is Jules Senior?
He didn't know any of this. He was at the festival while all of this was happening. I said we had work to do and that the kids would stand help. He went on his own. He has no idea. He's a good man. He doesn't know any of this. Do you have kids?
No.
Then maybe when you do, you'll understand. That's all I know.
I'm going to go see if the others are done. Felix walks out of the building.
Yep. You leave as well?
I'll keep an eye on them.
On them? So like, are you in the room with her?
Yep.
Alright, so you're going to go and check on the others. As this song echoes out, is there anything that the two of you, or the three of you, would like to continue to do up at the top of that mill? Any further questions, discussion to be had?
I don't know what to do.
Then, if you don't have anything, then as this discussion is ongoing, Felix will enter the room, climbing up the ladder into the tower with them, or down the bottom floor.
Or the top.
Yeah, so enters into that top floor with all of you.
I think we're done. I think we're ready to go. He stares for a second.
He's still they're just looking at the hole. They're waiting.
It's a question for later. I think we head back to the fort. We've got a few things to talk about, and
How are we going to explain?
to be perfectly honest, feel free to disagree. I don't think we do.
Are you guys talking about us?
Yeah.
I don't see any positive resolution to bringing them to the fort, but I also don't want them to leave.
Do you have a name, or are you just us's? Have you been called anything in your
We must
life?
have some name. All things have a name.
We have a name for the unity, but we're not the unity anymore.
So,
You are your own being? Can't pretend to know what this unity
I
is.
don't know.
I have so many questions to ask.
you need something, we need to call you something. My name is Anielloa. This is Juniper. This is Felix.
Greetings.
Looks around the room to see what it.
I must
Its name
say,
is
I
Tal.
don't know what her name is.
Chris Tal.
I must say,
I like this Tal.
Not just Chris.
I'm just glad you're not in the room.
Oh, Knives wouldn't say that.
I must say, if you do not have a name at present, I would choose wisely. There's a great power in name. So do not waste your choice. I don't know if you want people to choose for you.
Chris.
I think there's time for this later. We need to fill people in.
Where is the red one?
He is waiting. We will be taking Ethel back to the fort. We need to make a decision about her children. It's hard to not see them as innocent parties in all of this. And we worry that taking them to the fort, we don't know what will happen to them. But either way, she must answer for what she's done.
Agreed.
I can watch them. We could watch them.
I don't think you should enter the fort.
The children have done no harm to us. Is that an insight?
Yeah, it's 12, -1.
Nat 20. He's very much telling the truth. Fucking what a waste of a nat 20.
The children have attacked me.
The children should go back
They
to the
did it
fort.
in defense of their mother.
I think this is a discussion for everyone. I don't want to speak without knives. But
Exactly
either
right.
way, he is on our side.
I would like to see it. We would like to see
It'll take a bit of getting used to.
There's a lot of it.
it. Yep.
Hey. Just need to. Everything is good.
I'm choosing to trust you. If you move against him, it'll be out of my hands. But if you promise to be civil, sure. If it makes any difference, I think he feels very bad about what happened.
What is a promise?
Never had to describe that before.
Means you say something and you can't take some backsies. Yeah, that is exactly what I said.
I feel like absolutely what happens is the air just kind of, and it's like, is that laughter?
It would mean to say or do something and mean it with your every inch of your being.
Not every voice in here agrees with the majority.
Give me a number. Give me a percentage. What portion of your being?
Mostly.
I'm going to take that chance, as long as you know that most of my being will be in the way if you try to kill him again. Agreed? Don't know how to do it. Okay, let's. And I just head back down, just like fuck.
Yeah, let's.
Alright, so you're all heading down?
Yeah. Party gathering.
Yeah, you all gather together.
But also with Devin? Or
Who's Devin?
Us?
the unnamed man?
The unity piece.
Crystal dude.
They that must not be named.
UPS.
Yes.
United. No. Can't think of anything that's related to you.
As soon as we see knives, I'm gonna walk straight over. Stop for a second.
Be kind.
Put one hand in the center of his chest, and you feel like a very warm glow come from. Why am I getting D20? I need D20.
And it heals you for 40 points.
As he casts heat metal.
Fuck you! No, and yeah, you hear a very beautiful song that only you can hear.
He saw, as Knives sees you coming up before you do that, he would have like gotten on one knee and I apologize for my actions.
You are cured for 9.
That was all very dramatic. But everyone's alive. So
Just.
that's all well and good. We might need to do something about that when we get back. I'm so tired. It's so late. We must soldier on. We definitely need to take Ethel to Burrow. There's no question about it. She needs to face what she's done. And say during this time, I fill everyone in on what she said.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't
And-
think the children will be safe
Awesome.
if we leave them behind.
We could watch.
Wait, sorry, what is it?
I think this should be up to Juniper. I feel they would be safe and not persecuted at the fort. Though there were those two rather unruly people, Bella and someone. They may not take too kindly to it.
You would know.
And how would they know?
We do have
It's
to
up to
walk
you.
them into a room full of people to get to Burrow.
Unlike the other people that we'll be walking in.
What? Well, I just...
Have you forgotten about the car?
They
Well,
are still
yes.
Yeah.
I suppose that's a fair point. I've forgotten a lot of things.
There will be no
I'll say
punishments.
they're actually waiting at the house now rather than at the edge of the
Yeah.
river. Like
I've beckoned them down.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Our priority at the moment is just that people stay alive.
With that, I can agree.
And while this has been a lot to deal with, it is not the time to be giving out punishments. We need to find out what's going on. Because this does not just affect us
We've got
in
to
this
start.
small town.
My concern is, why isn't it getting better?
This is only the start.
That much I put together for myself.
And punishing Ethel is not going to do anything for the damage that's been done to the sky.
Tell that to the many people trapped in a fort.
Tell
These
that
are-
to the people
And to
that
the family.
died.
And the
These are
families
my
of people who
people.
died.
You are not familiar with their decision making.
I'm familiar with people.
You're familiar with pretending to be other people. I have lived with these people for hundreds of years.
Let's see what happens, shall we?
All right.
And Felix walks away from her.
So are we going up? We're going back to the fort with everyone in tow.
Yeah.
As
I'm
we-
assuming the kids didn't run.
No. You go up and they are
Gone.
What they did do is you see as you're coming up, you see Sally pulling away from the door that you were interrogating her at, and yeah, clearly listening. As we begin to move away from the mill, the wheel still turning, the grindstone still spinning.
I want to know what happens when we get out of the sphere.
I'm also, 'cause new character. I'm also just still like completely naked. So seeing that people are wearing clothes, I'm just gonna like grab some scraps and just sort of make just a leotard pretty much.
Yeah.
Cool. Didn't even notice.
Weirdly enough, Jules Senior is perfectly your size. Here's his leotard.
Oh. There's a lot of people here. Seeing them.
Yeah, so as
Hello.
you move over, you do see
Shit.
Cassini pulls out a dagger from down her leg and is like,
No.
No?
I'm not doing anything.
Put it away.
What is this?
Just put it away.
We are we.
This is are
Was
we?
that a Tyrion?
I'm going to take their arm and say, we will all be traveling together back to the fort. There will be time for explanations at another time, but for now, we need to get to safety, and you need to trust me that it's going to be okay.
Persuasion check with advantage.
I did so bad.
With advantage.
Oh no, I got out of my character sheet. Give me a second.
Yeah, plus 50, it's fine.
Okay, plus
I think plus 5.
13.
13, that's good enough. You say this and they... Yeah, we trust you. We owe you our lives. Alright, let's do this then. Agrippa kind of pulls himself up over the edge. Oh, by the gods, and lowers himself back down. As we're leaving this area, we move wrong. Knives. You hear a high above you. As struggling against the wind, a small bird of prey flies against the wind. And out of sight.
All of a sudden, Knives' mood just shifts. He seems to pick up and has a little bit more of a pep in his step. Today's going to be a good day, my friends.
Alrighty, and I think we'll call that one there for now. But part 2 will come soon, so make sure you hit subscribe and the bell icon, and we'll see you next time.